Temperatures have gone down just a little bit in the area. That's because a cold front did pass through the Saskatchewan area. Lloydminster, for instance, you saw some pretty active weather in the overnight hours and the pre-dawn hours. But now the bulk of the activity is going on in Manitoba, or is expected to go on in Manitoba for today. Now I'm going to break down exactly what is happening. That's the cold front that we're watching move out of its way into Manitoba, into even the Ontario area for Tuesday. High pressure moving in, clearing, but you'd think they'd be done. You would be done with the active weather in the prairies. A new trough is developing come Wednesday, even Tuesday, for the foothills off the foothills, so you could be seeing some active weather. Now, for today, most of the activity could be happening in and around Brandon, Winnipeg, the Interlakes region. You could be seeing some hail, very strong heavy downpours, and some strong winds as well. We're watching a system move its way into the southern Ontario area for Tuesday. Most of the active weather we'll be seeing would be extreme southwestern Ontario, Windsor, especially due to all that very humid weather that we've been seeing. Now we do take you to some footage. Lovely day we have here. The long weekend, that's right. It's not too late to hit up a patio really across the country. We are looking at some fair weather, except for the Montreal area. Parts of Quebec, we are looking at active weather for you. Calgary as well, in and around the foothills. But this evening, it should be clear for a lot of us as well. Temperatures going down just a little slightly with still humidity in the air. Thunderstorms in northern Ontario helped spark new fires in the region over the weekend. Officials believe that lightning is the direct cause. But how can we be so sure? We certainly hope you weren't driving while you were taking that video, but thank you so much for sending it in. We love it when you're a part of the weather story here, but only when it's safe to do so, right? Now we're going to take you to the Quebec area where there is a line of thunderstorms developing in the central and the southern areas, and it could be quite intense. In fact, Environment Canada has issued a severe thunderstorm warning watch, meaning, well, very gusty winds up to 90 kilometers an hour, strong heavy downpours, even some hail is associated with this, and it's a slow-moving storm, so could be in your area for some time. Now, a similar situation for us in southern Ontario, the Niagara Escarpment Peninsula, rather, all the way through to St. Catharines, extending to Hamilton. We could be seeing some severe thunderstorms, and a lot of this is fueled by that very humid air mass that we're getting. A lot of us are feeling like it's 40, and really the same story goes for us in southern parts of Manitoba, and because of this, we're also looking at a risk of thunderstorms for you. It's going to be a sunny day really across the prairies come Tuesday, but where we're seeing the most consistent weather is across BC. Vancouver, Victoria, we're looking up to sunny skies for many days to come. Great news, especially Wednesday, even more sunny for you. You may want to take out your glasses, your sunglasses under these conditions. Also Thursday, quite nice. It's your holiday Monday edition for most of us across the country. Hello, I'm Kasia, Bodurka. So glad you could make some time for us. Now we're continuing to watch active weather and really beautiful weather also across the country. In effect, very hot day. There could be some thunderstorms in your forecast too. We'll let you know coming up. First day of August, last day of a long weekend for most of us across the country. Hello, I'm Kasia Bodurka. So glad that you could make some time for us here at the Weather Network. I know a lot of you may be wondering, what is the work week going to be looking like? Or maybe you don't want to know, actually. Who wants to think about that right now? So you know what, before we break down the weather story for you, what to expect across the country, we're going to revel in the beautiful weather that we're enjoying just outside of our Oakville studios. We take you to the lovely Nadine, who's in the sunshine. Seeing a little bit of wind in your hair too. Nadine? That's some great vision you have there, Nadine. Thank you so much for that. And yes, there is a little bit of something bubbling up for us in Ontario. She's right. But I first take you to the situation in eastern Canada. That's because we are looking at some severely active weather. The red and the yellow spots on this radar, that's showing you where those heavy downpours are taking place, of very strong winds. So really, it's the north and the south shore of the St. Lawrence, pushing all the way into New Brunswick. We are looking at some severely active weather in these parts. There could even be some hail, very strong winds, heavy downpours, and that extends until Tuesday. This is a very slow-moving system. There's a blocking pattern in the Atlantic. Won't let these storm systems get out of the area, in fact. All right, but you know what? before we make our way to central parts of the country, I'm going to take you to beautiful images of Toronto, right? A beautiful sunny sky, or, well, a clear skyscape that we were looking at with a lot of birds. Very nice. And we're looking at a pretty great day across southern Ontario today. Not too much activity, although there is a chance of some thunderstorms popping up in and around the Niagara area, as Nadine had teased or mentioned a little earlier. Looking at very humid weather, it's going to be feeling like 43 for us Tuesday afternoon, so another hot day. That's particularly in Windsor, so the hotter you get further down to the southern regions. Now I take you to Souris, Manitoba. A beautiful day. The country, Manitoba, both to the south and to the north, so really you want to take cover instead. And really this is essentially the picture that we're painting right here. A radar image is showing some rainy weather. Again, the intensity is in the yellow and the red spots. So that's headed your way, Manitoba. Take note. Now today we're looking at some active weather for Manitoba, but that will be making its way into northwestern Ontario. Still part of Manitoba will be looking into some active weather on Tuesday. Warmer conditions with some showers still lingering in and around the Maritimes area, and that's really going to be lasting for a few days. I hate to be the bearer of that kind of news. Fair across the prairies Tuesday all the way to BC with sunny skies in your forecast. Same goes for you on Wednesday, though there are chances of pockets of thunder showers popping up throughout the day Wednesday all across the prairies. So I wouldn't be surprised if you got some rain here and there. Won't last all day. But warming up with high pressure in place for Ontario, still unsettled. We have a blocking pattern in the Atlantic. It's not allowing these systems to exit. And that's exactly what we're seeing here Tuesday. More chance of rain coming to you in Newfoundland come Thursday. Thunderstorms for us in Ontario, northern regions, Manitoba as well, but still fair across the west on Thursday. More despair now for the thousands of newly displaced Somalis. First, they were forced to flee because of drought and famine, and now heavy rains destroyed their makeshift shelters on Sunday. What a story. Now we're continuing to follow this story as well. We have your local and your national forecast coming right up. Please stay with us. Temperatures are a little cooler now for you in Saskatchewan by about 4 degrees, but still a humidex value is in effect. A little warmer than it's saying on your thermometers. Now that cold front, that blue line that you're looking at, that's what's leaving the more comfortable temperatures behind. High pressure moving in place. However, another system is developing off the foothills. So we could be into some active weather as early as Tuesday, and it really could extend across the prairies throughout the day Wednesday. Some pop-up showers, thunder showers could be in your forecast. Now, for today, we are looking at some active weather, especially in and around the Interlake region, to the south of Manitoba. And really what that means, heavy downpours, even a potential for some hail in your area, keeping your eyes and ears open for that. Now, meantime, we take you to Ontario, where we are watching a vast system move its way into the area. That same system that's bringing active weather to the prairies, essentially, coming into the Ontario area, bringing us active weather more so late day Tuesday into Wednesday, clearing by Wednesday morning hours. It'll be out of the way. Meantime, Tuesday, this is the situation. Really active weather could come to us, especially in the Windsor area, where it'll be very hot. A 100-kilogram giant sea turtle was safely returned to its home in the sea. A Chinese fisherman was fishing off the coast Sunday. The turtle was so heavy it required 4 adult men to lift it. Concerned that the turtle might go dry and thirsty, they showered it with water. It's since been returned to its home in the sea. What an incredible sight that was. All right, stick around. We still have more international weather stories for you, and your local forecast is coming up right now. Love it when you're a part of the weather story here at the Weather Network. Meantime, this is what we're looking at, this line of thunderstorms that we had seen actually in that footage there. The more severe parts in the red and the yellow, we're looking at very heavy downpours, winds gusting up to 90 kilometers an hour, and really this risk exists throughout the day for many of us, extending into even parts of the Maritimes for today and tomorrow. So I know certain parts of the Maritimes already, Edmundston, you're into the really active weather weather already. Now, this is the last thing from active weather. I really want to be this lady right there on the boat in the sun. It was impeccable timing because it was in the night, wasn't it? All right. Now we take you to our image of Ontario, where we are watching the cell. It looks quite intimidating, threatening, doesn't it? It is making its way to southern Ontario for Tuesday, late afternoon. It could be not until the evening that we see a thunderstorm, and that's really the same system bringing active weather to Manitoba today. I'll tell you about that very shortly. Meantime, we are looking at some pretty intense humidity values. Take note, Windsor is going to be feeling like 43. That's tomorrow afternoon. Thankfully, a lot of you will be back at work, maybe in air-conditioned facilities. If not, stay cool because it's going to be a scorcher, and that hot weather is what could spawn a potential for thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms for tomorrow. Now I take you to Souris, where Manitoba, rather, the people really knew how to take advantage of that amazing weather. Not so much the story for today. We are looking at a line of thunderstorms making its way, as you can see, and it's not until you hit these thunderstorms hit the Interlake region and the southerly areas, Brandon, Winnipeg. We're going to be looking at that intense weather, and that's precisely what we're looking at right here. You could be seeing some hail, some heavy downpours, and again, that very, very fast-moving wind. Okay, but in the meantime, these are the temperatures we're expecting across the prairies. Enjoy. It is Sunday, August the 1st. Thank you so much for making us a part of your long weekend. For most of us across the country, it's almost coming to a close, isn't it? Well, you know, if you did head to cottage country, wherever you are across the country, you're probably making your way back to the city. And it likely looks like this outside your window. Oh yes, the notorious Exodus. It's heading back to the city. Are we there yet? We've heard of instances where even a hot tub was thrown off a vehicle, so really keeping note of that and driving safely. But if you're still, enjoying an extended long weekend, you will enjoy this story.